the past few years, I have tried hundreds of sunscreens, and while I don't have any favorites, because you know, different situations call for different sunscreens, this year though, I did find myself using the following sunscreens the most. So a quick profile about me and my skin. So I'm 42 years old. I've probably been wearing sunscreen since my late teens to early 20s, and I've been wearing it religiously. I have oily skin, although as I get up there in age, it's not as oily as it was back in the day. Still oily though, it's just getting a little dry as time goes on. Currently have any major skin concerns. I'm just trying to, you know, keep it looking radiant and glowy and nice and hydrated as much as possible. Now, I do live in New York City, which, you know, New Yorkers will tell you every chance we get to tell you we from New York. But that is important here because we get 4 different seasons, sometimes 4 seasons in one day. But that means that my skincare needs can change from season to season. So what I use in the summertime on a hot, humid day is going to be vastly different, at least in terms of like my moisturizer and or my sunscreen, is gonna be vastly different from what I would use in the dead of winter. Now, aesthetics wise, I don't like anything that's overly matte and I don't like anything that's overly dewy. I usually like a nice natural finish, like what my skin normally looks like. I do like a little bit of luminosity to my skin, but anything more than a touch of luminosity can signify grease very quickly because I have oily skin. Now, while a majority of the sunscreens I review on this channel are mineral, myself personally, I use a chemical sunscreen. I review the mineral sunscreens because I think it's so important in our community that we understand sunscreen usage, and because mineral sunscreens can be so tricky to look good on darker skin. You know, I said that kind of nice. Some of these mineral sunscreens can look like ass on darker skin. I don't want you out there being like, well shoot, I ain't gonna wear nothing because I ain't gonna look good. So that's why I do the mineral sunscreen reviews. Anyway, I like a lot of sunscreens. I don't have any favorites, but I did notice that these that I'm gonna talk about in this video, I've used a lot this year and I thought it would make a pretty interesting video. So here we go. So first up, and these ain't in any particular order, the Bolden SPF 30 Brightening Moisturizer with vitamin C. You're gonna get 2 ounces and it's about 26 bucks or so on Amazon. So I probably went through like 2, maybe 3 bottles of this year. The finish is just so beautiful. It gives me a radiant finish without it looking overly greasy. It's lightweight. It feels like I have nothing on. And I can wear this sunscreen, I would say most times of the year. During the cold, dry winter, it might not be enough, but it's been nice this spring. It's been nice this summer. It's been nice this fall. However, if it's a very hot and humid summer day and I'm wearing makeup, I might not reach for this first. And in the winter time, I don't know that I would reach for this on a very cold winter day. I might need a little bit more than just this. And then when it's in the deep of winter, this might not be moisturizing enough. Bolden is also a Black-owned brand, and I worked with them a couple of times this year after already being a fan of their sunscreen. Now, are you a fan of the Bolden sunscreen? Let me know in the comments. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Have you tried it? Have you not tried it? Would you try it? Let's get all chitty-chatty about it in the comments. Now, next up, and again, I said this ain't in any particular order, the Inkey List Polyglutamic Dewy Sunscreen SPF 30. So you're gonna get 1.7 ounces of product for $14.99. Now, I work with Inkey List for a couple of launches of new products this year, including this one, and I have gone through 2 bottles of this. Now, although it's called Dewy, I didn't find it to look very dewy on my skin. I would say it was more of like a natural finish. I didn't have like that overly greasy kind of overly dewy kind of feel or look to it. It was very lightweight. One thing I will say, although it's very lightweight, it does have a creamy texture and it felt a little pasty. And pasty is probably not the best word to describe this, but the formula, the texture of it does take a little bit of extra work to rub it in. Not like a mineral sunscreen, you know, because a mineral sunscreen, sometimes you gotta be like, you gotta get in and work in some of those mineral sunscreens. Now, it doesn't take a lot of work to rub this in, but it's not as silky smooth as say like the Bolden sunscreen sunscreen is, which, you know, you might want to keep in mind if you have the type of skin that's a little sensitive to too much, you know, manipulation. My skin can kind of get like that sometimes, where if I'm like having to rub too much stuff into my skin, you know, my skin will be like, what are you doing, gal? Stop it. But I didn't experience that with this. Now, because of the finish of this Inkey List sunscreen, it is something that I would prefer to wear in the warmer months. So this is a spring, summer sunscreen for me. And I really like the way that it worked with makeup. So I could wear it on days with makeup, without makeup. I love this. Did you love this? Did you try it? Did you not like it? Did you like it? Let me know in the comments. Next up is the Naturium Dew Glow Moisturizer SPF 50. You're gonna get 1.7 ounces of product for about $21.99. Now, I've gone through like 2 or 3 bottles of this already this year, and I believe I got all 2 to 3 products from PR, although I feel like I remember buying one myself, but either way, most of them came to me through PR. Anyway, this sunscreen is very lightweight, and it has a very dewy finish. Now, at first when I saw it, I was like, ooh, this is about to make me look greasy, but I actually really love the finish. However, this is definitely more of a late fall, winter kind of thing for me. Now, in the spring and early fall, I might be able to rock with it if I'm not wearing makeup. In the summertime though, even on a bare face, this might be, you know, it can get a little much in the summertime with my oily skin, because then, you know, that dewy start to look like grease real quick. So now as winter is approaching, actually this is the sunscreen that I have on today. I didn't do much. I did go outside. It's not that cold, but it's also not warm outside. Now as winter is approaching, I would probably rebuy this because I only have maybe like a few squirts of it left. I'd buy this and wear it for the winter, but if I go and check my PR boxes and it happens to be another one in there, then, you know, it's like, yay. Now, have you tried this? Would you try it? Let me know in the comments, and it'll be linked in the description box with the other 2 sunscreens. Now, if you are wondering about body sunscreens, make sure you check out this video where I talk about some of the glowy, beautiful, radiant sunscreens to wear when you're bearing skin. Because for me personally, if I'm not reviewing body sunscreens and I'm buying them myself, more than likely I'm just buying whatever's on sale. That's a chemical sunscreen, and typically it's a 2 for $8, 2 for $5, whatever deal I can get, that's what I'm gonna get. Now, what are your most used sunscreens? Let me know in the comments. Now, are there more sunscreens that you need to know about? Cause child, I was shocked at the way some of these mineral sunscreens were looking. They actually look really, really, really good. Click on this video and I'll see you there.